how should I approach my openings today?
Hi.
Super aggressive, super solid,
17.
lots of variety. Oh wow. I would have thought lots of variety would be like the nice middle ground. Wow, so super solid is overtaking super aggressive. Okay, about a 60 vote lead for super aggressive. Well, it's kind of close. It's getting closer. It's getting closer. Anything can happen. 10 vote difference. Wow. I think super solid like barely overtook the lead in the final seconds, but then at the very end, it was a difference of 11 votes. Okay. Super aggressive it is. Let's join the tournament. So what is going to be my super aggressive opening repertoire? I think of all the gambits. I mean, maybe Stafford Gambit. Let me update the title. Super aggressive rapid shield arena. I'm tempted to play Budapest. I'll try a Budapest. If c4 e5. I usually reserve the Budapest for blitz or bullet, but I did actually go through a phase of playing this opening in classical over the board chess back when I was around maybe 2100, 2000. Wait, I was supposed to play bishop c5. All right, let's play into this line. Knight d2 expected. Get ready to take the pawn. Which knight to take with? Oh, my bishop! Oh no. I wasn't expecting a3. Someone call an ambulance. Oh, my bishop again. Yeah, if white takes the bishop, it's checkmate. But my opponent wasn't taking the poison. This is one of the very first Budapest traps that I learned. It's basically what inspired me to play the Budapest. The potential for the middle game smother mate. So I think I have to take and then d6 and okay, we'll have a position. The knight is nicely centralized on e5. Discourages bishop d3. And okay, I'm going to castle. And then it's a question what to do with this bishop. Like bishop f5, or maybe put the bishop on the long diagonal. Oh wow, it's half-witted Diplodocus. I thought you subbed like a few days ago, but now you're subbing for 6 months in advance. Really appreciate it. Wait, the pieces sound different. Maybe it was louder. Sorry if it was like loud. I just adjusted things. Play this. Okay, so bishop f5 or bishop d7 or bishop e6 or a5. There's a few candidate moves that come to mind.
Erwtanthrwpos.
I'm trying to visualize what white's plan is as well. I'm really not sure here. Like b6. Like b6, bishop b7 actually looks very solid. I'm thinking the bishop is happiest on this diagonal. The only concern, if I play b6, there's takes Say pawn takes and then this. But then just rook b8 should be okay. And because I only have one bishop, in this case a light squared bishop, then I want pawns on opposite color of that bishop. So it makes sense to have all the pawns on dark squares. Welcome back to Fariahhood. Happy half a year. So white does trade. Yeah, I'll take with pawn. Control a bit more space. So rook d8 could be a nice tempo move. Attack the queen. And okay, now I can't play rook d8. And if I play bishop b7, there's queen d7. But then queen g5 is maybe interesting. g3, rook c8. It's actually an interesting line. So bishop b7, queen d7 would be the most, maybe one of the most critical moves. And then either queen g5 or rook e8, I think, are both solid. Yeah, let's start with bishop e7. Down a little bit of time, but I think when white took on e5, it kind of conceded any advantage that white could have. And I think this line, like the line that we went into, should be a little bit better for white because black does give away the bishop pair. But now it's I mean, it's still a strategic battle. We both have light squared bishops, so white also wants the pawns on dark squares. And yeah, this is a decision moment because queen g5, g3, rook c8. Really looks okay. And it feels a little bit bad that I'm not controlling the only open file. It's the only file with no pawns on it. White's dominating the file for the time being. Ah, queen g4. I did not anticipate that move. I think I think I have to take. Like, retreating is just kind of losing time. And at least in this line, I can fight for the d file. But it's a question, which rook do I want to move? Probably this rook. To freeze the king to come in. I tried to be super aggressive this game, but we actually have a super solid position. Thank you, the third son.
Let's go.
Let's go. So for those maybe joining late, at the beginning of the stream, before I played the first game, I ran a poll of what people want to see me do in the opening, whether to play super aggressive, super solid, or just lots of variety. And super aggressive won the poll. All right, let's take and then bring the rook in. I wonder if white's going to play this move. There's a funny line. Rook d1, bishop c8, bishop g4. And I'm not actually winning a piece. But it feels like momentum is on my side. Like I'm making a threat. Rook d1 is pretty risky. There's bishop a4 as well in some lines. Okay. Yeah, so now it's a matter of finding the right approach. Like, could attack the pawn right away. Like bishop a6. Come back to
Hey
Ember.
Eric, I just watched your Instagram short of your 8 seconds checkmate with the awesome music. Very cool video.
Oh, thank
Hope
you.
you're doing well and quactical.
I'm trying to figure out the quactics here. King f8, bishop g4. Takes king e7. b4. I mean, my king gets in faster, but I don't know if it
There is already
matters.
papers which combine chess engines with language models, so that they don't hallucinate nonsense lines like ChatGPT did recently. Are you looking forward to that or not?
I like how I pronounce ChatGPT. Yes, some versions of AI still have to learn how to pronounce ChatGPT. Okay, so let's take. We're entering a bishop ending. I really want to play this move. I gotta focus here. Bishop e4, king f1. I have, but bishop d3. There's bishop e2. Yeah, let's start with this. And this is a move I play in like every variation. And the dream is to get the king to c5 and play a5 and start targeting the pawn. The problem is b4 is likely coming. And this pawn, do I need to defend it? Probably not right away, but maybe eventually. I think I just play h6. I gotta start moving quicker. A very strategic ending. So f3 does block my scope against g2, but it puts another pawn on a light square. Okay. Play this. First step of my dream. Now a5. Ensuring there's no b4 check to chase me back. But can I really do much? Because, yeah, b3. To find a new home for this bishop. I don't think bishop a6 does anything. Play this. Thank you, Pawn Garden. Appreciate the bits. I'm calculating king d2, b5. And maybe I'm just in time to make a little bit of progress. Because if the king were already on c3, white would have b4 check and then c5. But now there's no way to get the pawns to the dark squares. And if king c3, I think I play b4 here. Because if I take, there's bishop takes. I don't want to trade bishops. I'm considering playing f5. Interesting. f5. Do it. There's even a line where I sack a pawn. Okay, the goal is to play f4. If white plays f4, I take, and then king d4. And even though I have a pawn fixed on the light square, my king gets very active. I can always play g6 to defend and then reposition the bishop. I'm down over a minute. So, like, to win this game, I basically have to win on the board rather than the clock. Hey, it's XI Sparks. Happy 59 months. Good to see you. All right, let's play this first. Concern is things getting closed down. But trying to make the right positional decisions. The dream is to eventually get the king in. Now it is a question, like, what do I do if white waits? Maybe like I bring my king this way and eventually either offer the bishop trade or say like h5 g4 is probably the breakthrough. Hmm. Okay, there's a really funny trap here, which might not happen. If this, I play this threatening mate. Maybe I do try and pressure the clock. Like I'm moving around just trying to formulate the breakthrough plan. I think the king has more purpose on the king side. Ah, maybe I have some e4 move at some point, like bishop c6, e4, right moment, temporary pawn sack. The h5. Okay, so now g4, take. I think it's time for g4. I mean, I could have moved around a lot more, but this does seem to make a bit of progress because now the king has an entry point. If takes, we get a situation where my pawn on f4 will be defended by the king, and then the g pawn should fall. It's still probably a draw with precise play, but the position seems a little bit shaky for white. Wait, I can take here as well. Take, e4. Start by taking here. Ooh. Play this. Okay, this gives me some hope. Now the e-pawn's a weakness as well. Leave tension. Bishop g4 is the idea. Yeah, sometimes these endgames seem drawn, but It can be easy to go wrong for the side defending. Now it should be a pretty straightforward win. Because, yeah, the e4 pawn can't be defended. King is tied down to the bishop. Thank you, Sigaba, subbing for 3 months in advance. The pawn can start marching. Okay. That was an instructive game. It started with an attempted super aggressive opening. I was trying to mate within the first 10 moves, just to show. Let's see how many people have fallen into this on Lichess. Yeah, if pawn takes bishop, 36,000 plus people have played this. Then knight d3 checkmate. So sad to the 277 people who played knight takes f3, not checkmate. And then this move is also possible. It's the same idea. Very often they transpose. And then, okay, throughout the game, I mean, when we traded rooks, it's only black who can win because this pawn is already a bit too far advanced on the light square. And yeah, I had like a slight edge. I thought at some point maybe white would play this and just try and like hunker down. I would have still tried to like walk the king and make progress. Although I guess, yeah, e4 walks into king d4. And that was very gradual. Oh, bishop e4 best move. Yeah, I wasn't sure about these king pawn endings. Takes, 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 takes. Am I supposed to take with king? King e2? Ah, I win the pawn race. Okay, it's a cool graph. White was slightly better out of the opening, but gradually, or at some moment, it just kind of fell apart. Okay, back to tournament. So I'll try and play even more aggressively at the next game. It was a draw with perfect play. Ooh. All right, let's play, assuming queen takes d5. Okay, not queen takes d5. I think the most energetic move is bishop e5 check. I'll go into some theory. There is a line like bishop d7, bishop here. Oh, c6. So it's black who's gambiting. Oh, that's funny. I guess we're both trying to play aggressively. Only one can prevail. We're going to see this move. Attacking the bishop and both pawns. Alright, let's move the bishop back. I think knight takes c6 should have been played. Oh, I'm drinking, it's a new drink. I've been making this more often the last week. It's a iced oat milk latte with one of these coconut coffee pods. I have one of these like simple Nespresso machines. It's nice. Weather's getting warmer, so I'm gravitating towards colder drinks. Okay, I could take on a6. I think I will, just to misplace a knight. I said Nespresso, which is capable of making espresso drinks. I will be honest, like the previous game and this game have both been super solid. More than super aggressive. But I'm trying to develop my pieces and then be aggressive later. All right, let's play this move. This is kind of disguised as a defensive move, but it has a threat of winning the knight. There's one issue of the knight being undefended on a6. This is a very common like puzzle rush tactic. There's a lot of puzzle rush positions where there's usually a bishop on a6, and you take it with your bishop and then queen a4 check. Hey, it's paradox salad. Oh yeah, I muted TTS towards the end of that last game. I had to stay focused. Let's replay this TTS.
Played my first 2 tournaments OTB. Did well and got a win over some decently rated guys.
Oh, that's really nice to hear. Yeah, sometimes your first OTB tournaments can be nerve-wracking, but there's a lot of fulfillment that can come from playing over the board chess and doing well in over the board chess too. Thanks for subbing a tier 3 for 27 months. All right. The solid move would be castling, but the more aggressive move is 95. Trying to prevent black from castling soon. And I'm essentially chasing the queen off this diagonal. So, for example, like yeah, like queen d4, I have queen c6. How to do this? There's also this move. Queen c6, I think, is just winning on the spot. Hitting the king and rook. If king e7, that defends a rook. But then I really want to get knight c6 with a fork. Potential triple fork. So I'm thinking king e7, queen b7. And then if knight d7, I get the fork. If king f8, I checkmate. If king e8, I take on f7, king d8, and then I get the fork. I think every line I'm like either mating or winning the black queen. Of course, queen d7, I take the queen. The only thing I didn't calculate is king d6, which probably walks into knight f7. Okay, no mercy. Yeah, this is one of these like snowball effects or downward spirals where I think black made some early inaccuracies of like allowing the weaknesses on the queen side, and then had to be very careful here. The better move is probably knight c7. Like get the knight towards the center. And of course, before, like the main line in this position, I think there's two main lines, either bishop d7 or knight d7. Okay, I'll berserk. e3. Okay, how do I be aggressive against e3? We'll start with following opening principles. Maybe we'll have a reverse French. Oh, queen h5. It's funny, someone in chat was asking me to play like the wayward queen attack. So opponent wants to checkmate me, probably. I'm not going to allow it. Although, if I play this, there's this move. It's actually kind of weird. Wow. So d5, bishop b5. Queen d6. I have 3. It's actually an interesting like opening nuance to have the pawn on e3. Because it's a weird configuration where it's not so easy to defend e5. Or maybe it is. Maybe I'm just like overthinking things. Let's play d5. Gotta move quickly too. So I block the bishop, I attack the bishop. Assuming the bishop moves, I'll just play bishop d6. Nice center. Knight f6 should come with tempo against the queen. Or not. Alright, and I won't waste any time in making threats. Attacking the g-pawn. I'm basically trying to provoke some undesirable move, like g3 or king f1. Okay, now this move. Yeah, seizing the initiative. Let's play queen h5. It's not so clear how white defends the knight now. The battery is pretty strong. I, I don't even need to play e4. It's a double attack and skewer. Okay. Yeah, that was pleasant. The white king was the only developed piece for white in the final position. Okay, well, hopefully that offers some lesson of why you should not develop the queen so early. I was curious though, like after d5, let's say knight f3 here. Oh, it's already -2. Knight f3, just knight f6. Okay. So trying to move up, top 1,000. Yeah, no mercy. Okay. I'll play e4 again. So we had that one Scandi game a couple games ago. Let's play a Grand Prix attack. It's one of the more aggressive options. f4. All right, I'll play g3. Thank you, Ted Mall, gifting 5. Really appreciate that. So, yeah, this is more of a closed Sicilian, but there's a lot of potential energy for white. It's kind of this basic setup that you can play against pretty much whatever black does. And then the later middle game plans involve, okay, of course, castling, and then the gradual pawn storm. Sometimes e5, sometimes like h3, g4, and maneuver the knight. The e5 first. Hmm. Queen e1. I'm trying to discourage f6. I was looking at some lines like f6 and then f5. There's also g4 ideas. We'll play g4. Knight b4, so attacking the c pawn. Play queen f2. And a3 would be logical. Don't know if a3 is necessary though, because it just chases a knight back to a square. Or probably should be. Although maybe black wants to play this. Knight e4, knight d5. I can already play f5 here. I kind of like. It's going with the theme of playing super aggressively. Not wasting any time. a3 maybe was a bit too slow. And now I free open the diagonal for the bishop. So the bishop can come into f4, which is a nice square. Or maybe ideas of queen g3 and bishop h6. But let's start with bishop f4. The only thing I have to look out for is f6. Calculating bishop f4, f6, and then queen g3. Takes bishop d6. I have rook e1 as well. I have another idea. I have a3 here. Maybe now's the time, because knight c6 I take on d5. The a3 runs into d4. It does get a little bit murky. a3, d4, take. I'm more inclined to start with bishop f4. Bishop f4, d4, knight e4. Okay. a3 was close to working. I couldn't figure out this line though. It really can't go wrong with developing the bishop like this. Aligning with the queen. f6 is a very risky move for black to play. I'm actually not sure what to expect here. Queen c8. All right, so now I have this move. I mean, it's similar lines though. Let's do it. Wow. I think d4 had to be played. Because now knight takes d5 and I win a pawn and okay, there's still a lot of issues for black. And black can't really get away with taking on e5 because e7 hangs. Now queen g3. Yeah, this game, it's been more controlled aggression. Like, I've played aggressively, but there's no need to sacrifice anything. Just gradually, like, migrating pieces towards the king's side, towards the center. Okay, there's f6 threatening mate. I think I'll take first. And just open the bishop. And then this. Like queen g5. Getting closer. Oh, there's some funny lines. Oh, my knight. My beautiful knight. I blocked the bishop from defending the knight. Oh, no. Oh, my queen. I keep losing things. Someone call an ambulance. Not for me. Okay. This is a pleasant finish. Knight and queen sack. Yeah, knight f8 would have maybe kept black defended for a little bit longer. Actually, knight f8, how do I break through? I mean, the position's really, really nice for white. Maybe knight e7. Knight f8. Wait. So after rook f3, knight f8. Yeah, knight e7. The idea being after takes, I have bishop coming in. Also the pawn just attacking the knight. That was a fun position. Oh, we need an ambulance emoji. Or an ambulance emote. Actually, pretty good idea. So f5 was apparently not the best move. But I think it caused black a lot of problems. Especially given what happened in the game. Yeah, d4. Yeah, d4 is still difficult for black. There's some f6 idea. Yeah, rook f3 was technically dubious, but still completely winning. Okay. All right, that was a fun game. Top 700. I'm like 30 or 40 points away from my rapid peak. All right, I'll play e4 again.
Hello, Mr. Rosen and chat.
Hello. What to play here? Let's play Ponziani. It's aggressive. Not quite a gambit, but yeah, especially this line is very tricky. Like even for stronger players. Bishop d7. Now black is actually the one who's gambiting. Because white wins a pawn. Black doesn't immediately win it back. Yeah, so the setup probably involves d3 and develop the queenside pieces. It is the one drawback in Ponziani. Like sometimes you'll get to positions like this where c3 actually prevents white from quick development on the queen side. And I don't necessarily want to play d4. But it is nice being up a pawn here. And kind of like queen e2. Queen e2 or queen e3? Queen e2 probably. Because later on the bishop still wants to get in the game. Yeah, there was a point in time I was studying this line from the black side. This e4 idea, and then there's some compensation. Okay, so I have d4 right away. Which I do kind of like. And there's also d3. I'm not sure about d3 castling, because if I take, I can't take the knight because rook e8. But with d4, I take advantage of the fact en passant is not legal because of the pin. And now I have this move. Trying to be active. And the Darksword bishop does help defend, or potentially defend the pawn on d5. I paralyze one of the attackers. And the pawn on e4 is probably a bigger weakness. I'm very tempted to play g4 here. Because g4, bishop, bishop f6. Do I win a piece? Takes. Maybe I don't. There's f3. f3 actually looks quite nice. I don't see what black does in response. Yeah, it's nice. Like the last several moves, I've just gotten my pieces to their ideal squares. And it's such a setup where d5 is defended and e4 is attacked. And if takes, I'm happy to trade queens and simplify a little bit. Pawn e3 just runs into queen takes. I'm not sure what black does. Because castling, I take here and then, yeah, then I have 3 center pawns. This is not chocolate milk. This used to be an iced latte, but then the ice melted. Now I guess it's just a room temperature latte. Or just a nice latte. Okay, yeah, I'll take. I'm taking away black's casting rights. I'll take with knight. So still up a pawn. And it's still not clear how black wins back the pawn. h6 is probably a good practical move, though. Because if I play this, g5, at least I have to make some decision. If I play this, what does black take with, though? Because both moves look undesirable. Let's take. And castle. Aligning with a black king. Some threat of knight h4 to win the bishop. g6, g4. I think I still play knight h4 here. Because then black can't really prevent knight takes bishop. And then the pawn's going to have to take. And then bishop d3. It looks like I'm winning another pawn, at least. Not to mention g4 is still an idea. Although g4, there's king g5. And then gets a little bit weird. Wow. So black's allowing g4. I guess now there's some idea, like if takes bishop d3, there's rook d5. I mean, g4, there's a calculation. King g5. I take with knight. gf, rook takes f5. King g4, rook f1. And I'm threatening mate in 2 with rook f4, king h3, bishop f1, checkmate. And there's rook g8. Rook f4, king h3, king h1. I don't think black is stopping rook or bishop f1. Let's go for this. And there's also a line, king g5 takes, and then king g6. But then I'll be up 2 pawns. Okay, so we're getting into this. And yeah, I'm threatening mate in 2. Rook 1 f4, and then what's Ben Feingold saying? Always play bishop f1 checkmate. And bishop f1 is usually a defensive move. Oh, this is exactly what I was calculating. So rook f4. It's very important I have a pawn on d4. If I had no pawn on d4, rook g1 would be checkmate. Yeah, not only is bishop f1 a mate threat, also rook h5 is a mate threat. We got opposition. It's a funny position. Yeah, the black king took a walk, and it entered the wrong neighborhood. Okay, that was a cool game. I mean, my opponent played like this interesting gambit, which has probably been played like a decent amount of times before. Played over 100 times in the Masters database. And engine says it's equal, so it's playable for both sides. It's very imbalanced. Queen e2. Yeah, I think this is definitely the first mistake. Because it just lost time, and time is very valuable here. This is black who has a temporary lead in development. Did you consider 13 bishop b5? Let's see. Very briefly. It's one of these moves that I think maybe was on my radar, but it just didn't make sense for the overall plan for white in the position, even if it like maybe disturbs black's play. Oh, it is one of the best moves. Just once I saw f3, it's the type of thing that seems to make the most sense. Yeah, I actually didn't realize like how bad it is for black. Like white's only up a pawn, but the engine says white's up like 6 pawns. Hey, this is like pretty much a perfect game. I mean, the play flowed really, really nicely. Knight f5, rook f5. And this, yeah, this was forced mate apparently. Okay. That was fun. Top 500. XI Sparks won a game the other day without losing a single pawn or piece. Wow. Yeah, that is pretty rare. It's reminding me of the game that made Hans Niemann a grandmaster. Was a game, it was 22 moves, and not a single piece was captured in that game. He just won with no captures. I do have a video somewhere on my YouTube channel sharing that game. Okay, do I go for a Stafford? Definitely fits the theme of super aggressive chess. Okay, I'll play bishop c5. Still offering a Stafford. Okay. So we have a transposed Stafford Gambit. Was not the typical move order. So there's two moves here. There's queen d4 and there's h5. I think I'll play queen d4. I've probably played h5 more often. Sometimes they transpose into each other. I think this is paying off because knight f2. White maybe just missed knight f2. Not only do I win a pawn, but I'm hitting the queen. I'm threatening mate in 3. I'm threatening the smothered, oh no, my queen checkmate. And if rook f2, queen f2, king h1, I win the bishop. So I'll be up a rook. Okay. A 10-move Stafford Gambit win. Yeah, I think my opponent was just maybe saw that h2 was a target, saw this idea, but didn't realize f2 was actually attacked 3 times. Doesn't happen too often in rapid chess to win so quickly with a Stafford. Yeah, the best move is bishop takes g4. And white's a bit better here. Up a pawn and then bishop f4. What's the best line for black? G5, bishop g3, bishop d6. It's interesting. It's still playable. Okay. Back to tournament. And gained a little bit of rating this tournament. Yeah, Magnus Carlsen, as far as I know, has not played the Stafford online. But he did play the Stafford Gambit once in a park game. It was the streets of Madrid, like a chess park during the candidates. And there's some video of him playing Stafford Gambit. Made me so happy. Okay, Caro-Kann. I'll play the 2 knights. Aggressive option. Knight d7. Okay, this is a line. So, developing quickly. Pawn e6. Play this. I'm thinking it makes sense to avoid the knight trade. Because if takes, then... And black's has already a little bit less space. And the knights overlap. So I think knight g3 is very logical here. This is not a main line, as far as I know. I'll play queen e2. Yeah, usually in this position, knight f6 is played first. And then there's some different theory. b5. I do have a choice here between bishop d3 and e3. I'll play bishop d3. Aiming towards the king side. I do want to attack. But I also want to be controlled with my attack. I think I'll start with a4. Black wants to play c5. I guess a4 makes sense. One way to prevent c5. And I'm threatening to take, and then take with the pin on the a file. So expecting this move. Yeah, trying to figure out the plan still. Like 95 comes to mind. I think 95 looks nice. Thank you, XI Sparks, gifting to Black Lotus. Appreciate that. Oh, also gifting to JmEricsson. This was my previous opponent at the interesting Ponziani game. Oh, JmEricsson wrote a nice message in chat. Yeah, the gambit that we had was interesting, but it does require some, I think, some deeper preparation. Okay, this pawn is under attack. And bishop e3, I think, makes a lot of sense. Aligning with the queen. There's ideas of pawn d5. Unleashing the bishop. And knight now can't be taken because takes, and then I hit the queen and knight. Hey, it's Pam. Welcome back. Oh, trying to sub with prime. Yeah, sometimes it can be weird where you have to like refresh to get the sub alert to happen. Wow. Okay, this move gives me options. So d5 is a move. I don't think I'll play d5 though. Like queen c7. I'm more inclined to just take on a4. And then just see what black does. There's cases later where the rook swings all the way over and then gets some crazy attack. Potential bishop h7 sacrifices. Okay. Is it going to happen? If I take... Wait a minute. I think I want to take on d7 first. But then I have to worry about this move. I do have d5 there. Or no. Queen c6, I have this move. And then this move. Hey, it's Pam. Happy 33 months. Yeah, refreshing is a great way to solve all the problems. Okay, so knight takes. And if I take here... Not 100% sure. I think I'll start with this move, though. It makes the knight move away from the king side. Okay, black is considering this move. But it was a pretty simple calculation of takes bishop e4. And now if I take queen c6, yeah, this rook is more of a target than anything else. If I play bishop h7, king h7, what about d5? I don't know what to do. I could defend the rook, like b3. b3 might be the way to go. It defends the b pawn too. It's not like the aggressive move I want to play, but I think it's the easiest move to understand. And now with queen c6, I can safely play bishop e4. Okay, spent a lot of time there. And knight f6. Can I play this move now? Still have to watch out for these queen moves. Cool tactic though. Take. And then knight h5. So the idea is if takes, I simply take back and then hit the pawn and bishop. And now the fourth rank is completely clear for the rook. Not sure what black is going to do next. Bishop e7, I just take the queen, so the bishop's pinned. There's bishop takes e3. But then maybe even I take, and then take rook h4. Almost working. Yeah, we both have dreams of attacking on the king side. This bishop is still menacing, but I think I just have more potential attackers. Knight, rook, bishop, queen, other bishop. Okay, so yeah, it definitely makes sense to throw in this move. And now do I go for the sack? I think I do. Wait. I think I do. So there's a few lines. I was mainly calculating king h7, after which I play rook h4, bishop h6, and then queen h5. And then there's just no defending the bishop. So after takes rook h4, there's king g7. But then I take, and then I'm threatening queen g4, which is very hard to stop. If f5, I have queen h5, rook h8, and then queen g5, king f8 takes, and that's actually mating. Yeah, the queen and bishop are a bit sidelined. Like, they're not in great shape to defend the king side. I did mention this much earlier. Like, when my rook came to a4, I was mentioning ideas of like sacking and swinging over. It's finally happening. And black has 3 legal moves. Let's start with this. So, yeah, when the king moves to the g5, I don't immediately have mate because bishop g5. Queen g4 would be a serious mistake. But yeah, wherever the king moves, I think I just take the bishop. And then queen g4 is nearly unstoppable. Like, the only move to stop it is f5 and then queen h5. Oh, there is a line though. Wait. Maybe it's not over. I missed. This is not over. I overlooked a variation. Yeah. This is still very interesting. In here. Back. Oh, that move I forgot about too. Oh no. This is completely losing. Ah, that defends g5. Ah. Oh no. Yeah, this is really bad. I have rook g4? This is the only hope. Wait, what? Check? What just happened? I was just completely losing, but now I'm mating next move. That was not an intentional oh no. That was an actual oh no. I missed queen e3, but black fell for some final trick.
Wow.
Oh, yeah. There's one legal move and then checkmate. Got very, very fortunate there. I can't blame my opponent for like not moving immediately. Like, what to do? Thank you, Andy. Oh man. Yeah, King F6 was I think just still winning for black. Because my queen is essentially trapped. Thank you, Gary. Oh, what a crazy finish. So it is winning for white, but rook h4 was a blunder. I had to take first. So keeping the pawn defended, and then the ideas of this or this. Yeah, the difference is the king's on h7 here. So there's no time to set up like this f5 and king escape. And there's no time for queen e3 either. Ah, but rook g8. Yeah, maybe it's still tricky. Rook g8 is winning though. After this. Because f6 ends up falling. But it's some long line of like hunting down the king. Bishop d5, e4, man. And I check d5 instead of b3. So in this position, this came to mind. But then bishop d5. I wanted to do things of attacking, but the problem is I don't think anything works concretely. Because if I take here, I want to play rook h4, but the bishop covers h4. And if I attack h5 right away, there's not f6. And I would be down a pawn here. Man, look at this graph. I was winning, and then losing, and then very losing, and then winning. Oh, man. Yeah, so b3 I think was like the best top move, and also like it was one of these like simple to play moves. It didn't really require much calculation. I'm not planning to play the whole tournament. These games take a lot of energy. Like, I don't know how much chess I have left in me. Knight f5. At what moment? Oh, queen h5 instead of taking on e3. Yeah, in this position, I guess f5, and then it's hard to actually checkmate the king. Bishop's blocked. If here, I assume h6. Like black is holding things together. Okay, back to tournament. Thank you, Jim Jam J.
Always helping me drift off to sleep. Thanks, Eric.
Oh, my pleasure. Not sure if it'll be easy to sleep after that last game. Some roller coaster finish. I'm used to those comments though. A lot of people watch my content to relax. Okay, playing this person. I'll berserk back. So I played the Budapest earlier. Let's play d5. I'll still play an aggressive setup, some aggressive approach. I'll play pawn c5. I do take it as a compliment. It's nice to know that people find this relaxing. All right, so I'm playing my go-to setup against London. Bishop d3. This is not the most common move order. Like usually white has a knight developed before both bishops developed. But I guess it's playable. If I play this and takes... I'm actually thinking of playing queen a5 here. Like keeping queens on the board. And now threatening pawn c4. And if I take... doesn't really accomplish much. Pawn c4 actually accomplishes something. Because now I'm basically forcing bishop c6, and after takes, you get the bishop pair and the b file. Oh, there is that move though. Let's take. I play this. I want to get both of white's bishops. Like, we might end up seeing both bishops trade for both my knights. Bishop d1 is an option. I'll play this, though. And then knight f5. Bishop h5 is met with king d8. Some weird maneuvers here. Yeah, this is a way more strategic game. I'm still trying to play energetically. Gained a bit of space. Bishop c7. Let's attack the bishop. I think I'm forcing it to move back. And now pawn h5. Threatening to trap the bishop. f3 hangs e3. And any h-pawn move I take, and then white structure is not so pretty looking. Okay, it's still a question, like what my plan is. Because the knight's gonna try and establish a post. Maybe I just play e5. And then prepare this and this. A very interesting pawn structure here. Let's play this. Right, this is the only fully open file. I am allowing bishop g6, which be close to winning a pawn. If I take... Can't use too much time. Just move back. Yeah, there's a funny line. Like bishop g6, I play this. I allow the pawn to be taken. And then king d6. And now the bishop is stuck. So I defend g4. And I'm ready to play rook f5. Oh, but rook f5, I lose a pawn. I didn't think this through. I play this, or is bishop f7? Hmm. Bishop d7. Preventing knight b5. Play this. It's getting spicy. And e3 is a big target now. You see e4. I probably still hop into e3. But there's also this move to calculate. There's also that move. So taking we just trade. Hmm. I think black is still for choice. I mean, we are trading a lot though. The knight's completely out of play. You might see knight c2. Plan is probably to do this. If this, I play this. Back in the rook. Okay, the aggression begins. And take. Wait, do I have this move? May have had that move. Did this move first? And white's completely stuck. It'd be funny if we see knight c1, rook d2 checkmate. A funny mating idea. I think it's force mate now. Knight e3. King has to move, and then I move here, here, and then checkmate. Or if king d1, this is checkmate. Nothing can block the bishop. Okay. That was fun. It was a nice little mating net with using the knight, rook, and bishop. Yeah, very weird sequence of like opening moves. Even starting with this move order. Curious what I'm supposed to do here. Engine like c4 immediately. Wasn't sure about this line. Takes, takes, and then this. I guess b5, b4 is still pretty much coming. Oh, I see this comment. I'm in bed with bronchitis. I hope you feel better. You're watching the marathon video. Oh yeah, I was a little bit sick in that video. And actually, after I streamed that tournament, I was sick for a few days. But yeah, it does get better. Just have a lot of tea, stay hydrated, get some rest. Okay, playing Liwatha from South Africa. I'll berserk back. Okay, not gonna have a Stafford. I'll play knight c6. Okay, what's an aggressive line I can play? Um, f5. I'm allowing takes queen h5. But I mean, it looks fun. This looks fun too. So d5. And then bishop d6. Ooh. Okay, e4. Okay, the opening is paying off. I was a bit hesitant. It's like I'm trying to play super aggressively, but not like super dubiously. It can be a fine line to balance. Play h6. This knight is getting kicked around. Yeah, welcome to all the new people here. Apologies. It's sometimes hard to like interact with everyone as I'm playing these games. Trying to make things instructive. Bishop d6 or bishop c5 come to mind. I mean, there's also bishop takes h6. Kind of spoiled for choice here. I like the prospect of taking on h3, knight d4. And this is kind of playing in the style to try and win as quickly as possible. But I think it's justified. I just want to play knight f3 and then mate on h2. How does white stop it now? This is the only move to prolong the game. I'm curious if this opening has a name, like f5 against a Vienna. Okay, this wins more material. Knight b5, I have this move. Or no, I have this move. Keep the pawn defended. Okay, where's my mate? Let's play this first, and I'll just keep throwing punches. Even if they're not directed towards the king. Ooh. Okay, attacking and covering e1. Wow. The game goes on. Now threatening to trap the bishop. Also defending the pawn. Actually, c5 is very multi-purpose. I defend, I threaten this, and I threaten this. And the knight is like weirdly, maybe not fully trapped, but it keeps getting kicked around. Now I trap the bishop. No more checks. So now I have a choice which piece to take. Take this. Okay, so I'm threatening the knight, threatening both pawns, and most importantly, threatening maiden 1. There's a few checks that eventually run out. I see the comment from Gohar Nono. Saw a video on YouTube on how to play the London. Oh, nice to hear. I haven't actually played the London opening this stream. I've been playing more aggressive options. Like whatever I just did in this game. Pawn f5. Thank you, Yuri Schleifman. First time prime. Oh, so this is not even a losing move. Yeah, it looks like white could go for this, but then it's actually an interesting gambit. Like white wins a pawn, but then black's actually doing quite well here. Wait, did I miss mate? Queen g5 on move 18. Queen g5 is met with bishop takes g5. I mean, maybe there were other ways to win more efficiently. And so far, I'm staying clean, at least result-wise. There was that one game I should have lost. That Caro-Kann game against this person. I could play JmEricsson London. Yeah, maybe if I'm white next game. JmEricsson can be like very aggressive. The player, but also the opening. All right. So d4. Almost every game has been e4 today. And knight c3. So this is JmEricsson London. Black's offering to transpose into Caro-Kann. But yeah, no thanks. But now e4 actually makes some sense. Because black wants to play bishop d6. I'll play e4. h6. This is this opening. Playing f3. Okay, so just following opening principles. Usually in JmEricsson London, the pawn goes to e3, but okay, I jumped on the chance to play e4. And now there is pressure against e-pawn. Knight's pinned. I could play this move. But this runs into this. Okay, I have an idea. To sacrifice a pawn. If knight e4, I just castle. I sack a pawn on c3. There's a chance black won't even play knight e4 though. Yeah, this is not the typical Jobava London. Like, you always have to react to what the current position presents. It resembles more of a French now. Bad bishop on c8. Maybe black will go for c5 at some point. But it really depends on like how the next few moves unfold. Knight d7, okay. So this doesn't really cause me any issue. I'm happy to castle. Wow. Okay, so now I would love to attack on the king side. But what's the best way to do it? F5 might be coming. I'm actually thinking about playing c4. The idea is to open way for this c2 pawn. Because eventually I want to create the battery. We do see f5. I'll take. Yeah, still at the stage of like trying to optimize the pieces. Like the minor pieces are happy. The major pieces want to enter the game. This is a long-term weakness. If knight d7, lose a pawn or allow this. Okay, now it looks like I'm winning material. I have bishop d6 and rook f7, bishop g6. Yeah, just a lot of holes in black's position. Now, I don't have to take the rook. Actually, knight e5 is, I think, just devastating for black. Because I'm going to take the rook next move. Potentially forking the queen and king. Okay. 15 move win. With what started as a Jobava London, but like very quickly turned into kind of a dubious French for black. These moves don't always combine that well. I think maybe black was in the mindset of trying to play a semi-Slav. But semi-Slav, it's more justified against Queen's Gambit. Against Jobava London, these moves don't really serve much of a purpose. So top 100. Yeah, very far away from getting the shield. And yeah, my goal with this tournament is not to like win it or finish highly. It's really just to have some instructive and fun games. I'll play another Jobava London. Ooh. Okay, let's play e4. I'm the one who gambits. Queen e7. What is this? Queen e7. You just take a bishop d3. I think black is still trying to play in the style of an England. I want to play aggressively though. Let's play this. Takes, I'll take with queen. Ooh. All right, let's take. Knight f3. There's also f4. But knight f3 just offers quicker development. Black's losing a lot of time moving the queen early. Now bishop c4. Okay, rook e1 is a move. I do want to accomplish this e5 break. I'll start with rook e1. Actually, bishop f4 is developing with tempo. The d-pawn is attacked. Yeah, this is probably a good example of what not to do in the opening. Black not developing any minor pieces has moved the queen a few too many times. But it still takes work to actually punish. Like, I want to play this move, but then d5. Well, maybe queen d2 first. Preparing rook d1, maybe preparing e5. Rook d1 looks nice. And now I could take the pawn for free. But I don't think there's any reason to. Like, the pawn is just hanging. I'm giving myself the option. Oh, maybe I should have taken the pawn. Oops. Yeah, that move is actually like very annoying. Ah, what have I done? Take. Play bishop b3 first. Black's actually completing development. I mean, white's probably still for choice. I should have taken the d pawn when I had the chance. Knight f8. Okay, so if I how to do this? Queen e3. Do this move first, preparing f4. Or knight g4, there is this move, threatening mate and the knight. Okay, finally winning material. And king h1 is useful, just getting off the diagonal. And we'll begin the migration to the king's side. Try and get some attack. Mainly ideas of f6. Ooh. Hmm. Okay, so knight's pinned and attacked 3 times now. I'm also hitting the bishop, and this pawn is overworked on g7. Yeah, it took some patience. Still making progress. I think this game is about to end with a rook lift. Or a free queen. And a free rook. And then a rook lift. What's the quickest win? I'll lift another rook. Okay. Yeah, I should have taken the pawn. I didn't want to trade queen so early. But knight e5 is actually like a nice blockading move. It neutralizes this diagonal, offers some trades. Black could have maybe played bishop g4 here. Okay, we'll do at least one more. 66th place. Here we go. Playing Gabriel. Hey, it's Thomas. What's up, Thomas? Thanks for the raid. Hope you had a good stream. If you're just joining, I'm playing super aggressive rapid chess. I'll offer a Stafford if White wants it. Oh, let's play this. There's an opening I played earlier. Bishop c4 f5. Reverse King's Gambit. Have you created any openings? You should watch my most recent YouTube video. I was getting ChatGPT to create some new openings. We do have the new vid command. It was actually a fun stream. I might do something like that again. You just basically have Twitch chat feed prompts to ChatGPT and then come up with just a lot of cool stuff. Okay, this is maybe a little bit questionable for black. Because I can't actually castle. And my thing is pinned. I can't play d5. I guess I play this move. Try and win back the pawn. Okay. Wait a minute. Take. I really want to sack the queen, but it would lose a queen, not lead to much. Let's take here first. Queen h5, I have bishop g6, thankfully. There's this move, though. But then d5. Yeah, this should be okay for black. White was briefly threatening bishop g7. But now that's no longer a concern. I think I'll play rook g8. Yeah, again, this opening is paying off. Maybe I'll have to explore this opening further. Like f5. It's something I have played before, kind of as a joke. But if the engine says it's not so bad, and so many people do play the Vienna these days, it's as if I strike white with their own gambit. Thank you, suboptimal. All right, white's applying a bit of pressure. There's this move. I'm gonna see queen g3. Play rook g6. So I'm basically unpinning the bishop because now the rook's defended. There's a funny move, bishop d1, which probably there's no reason to play. There's pawn d4. I actually kind of like this move. So if takes, the queen activates. Also preparing castling. You still really want to play bishop d1. Wait, this is probably just simpler, although... Let's start with this. So attacking the queen. Now I can take. Take on g2. Castle. Taking on g2. Then queen h5. Let's castle. Okay, so now I have queen b4 check. But my rook's attacked. I'll take on g2 first. We might see queenside castling. Or not. Yeah, it looks like I'm winning the bishop, and then there's king f1. Looking at queen d2. It's very close to mating. Threatening mate in 1. There's queen h4, which defends. Maybe the only move that defends. I have this move. But am I threatening anything? Oh, there's a funny mate. It's mate in 3. Rook g1. Rook takes g1, bishop takes h3. Oh, mercy. Was there 14 bishop d1? Yeah, I spent some time on it. It's playable. I just didn't want to like complicate things when it wasn't necessary. I'd win c2, lose h7, win g2, maybe allow some checks. I figured what I did was a simpler line. So, I guess I'll do one more. Almost top 50. Okay. So what have I done so far? We haven't really had a true JoBava London. Or even like a true London. Oh, sorry if I muffle the sound. I'll try and be careful. Okay, let's play knight c3. And we'll have another JoBava London. What button do you push so you can analyze like that? It's an analysis board. It's usually when you finish a game. There's no button during the game. But after the game, it's just analysis. And it's a nice feature. Okay. Here we go. C5. Let's play E4. This is the line that I like to play as black. These lines sometimes lead to like an early queen trade. Yeah, we'll take in this move. Bishop d7 is the main move. Well, the queen is now attacked. And take. We are entering some kind of theoretical line. Although this, I thought the main move is bishop takes c6. I win a pawn here. Takes, takes, takes. Queen a5, I move back. Knight takes, takes. e6. Queen d2. Yeah, I mean, on a very basic level, I had 3 attackers, only 2 defenders. Always have to watch out for tricks, though. Like Queen a5 is one of the main resources, which does not seem to work. Yeah, c5. c5 is interesting because if I take, there's pawn e5. But I don't have to take the pawn. Move back to d2, and this pawn is being very strong. Thank you, QED Chess. Another first-time Prime sub. Do appreciate that. Yeah, this opening is going very well. I won a pawn, and I have a lot of like other types of advantages. More center, more development, more space. Thank you also to... Wait, let me figure out my next move first. We'll just develop. You to Wayfaring Wayfarer. Another first time Prime. Yeah, it seems like every stream there's new people finding out that they can subscribe for free, support the channel. I do appreciate it. Okay, pawn d6. The most aggressive move. Make the bishop go back to where it came from. Hey, it's Lafong. What's up, Lafong? Shout out to Lafong. Nice timing. Lafong's raid prompted my opponent to resign, in combination with my d-pawn. Yeah, if you're just joining, I just won in 11 moves with JmEricsson London. Yeah, there's some other line here. Like black should take with the bishop, defending. And then e5, knight d7, e6 is actually a really cool line. There's a game Wesley So... Or no. What was the game? I thought there was a Wesley game, but maybe not in this line. Oh, this game. Ah, Wesley played a6. Wesley actually got into trouble in this game. It was a cool idea. I was going to wrap things up, but gotta play at least one more. Welcome back, Pammy J. Yeah, we've been having some fun chess this stream. Playing the Rapid Shield Arena. At the very beginning of the stream, I ran a poll asking if people want solid chess or aggressive chess. Aggressive chess barely won. So I've been playing every game, trying to play aggressively. Thank you, Numeroid. Happy 23 months. And I've managed to win all the games so far. There's at least one I was like completely losing, but yeah, some luck has been on my side. Thank you, Soki. Another first time prime. Opponent offline. They left the game. They have 10 seconds to move. Oh no, my opponent. Oh. Okay. Free rating. Hey, it's Joe Brune. What's up, Joe Brune? Shout out to Joe. If you're just joining, I won in 0 moves. I got rated also by Lafong about a couple minutes ago. And when Lafong raided, I won in 11 moves. These raids are bringing good fortune. Hope you had a good stream. Back to tournament. So I'm in 30th place. I'm still kind of far away. But, man, I'm on a streak. I keep playing until I lose. I don't want to, like, curse myself or jinx myself. I've been having some, like, pretty quick wins. Whoa, it's another raid. Chess Nerd Live. What's up, Chess Nerd? That's like 3 raids in 3 minutes. I do appreciate it. Shout out to Chess Nerd. Hope you had a good one. I was really thinking about wrapping things up, but I think I'm due for at least a few more games. Again, if you're just joining, I'm playing chess. It's been rapid chess, but this game is going to be blitz. I'm trying to play super aggressively every game. I guess here we'll have a reverse Jobava London. Bishop f5. And knight b4. This is a line. Provoking knight a3, essentially. Yeah, I was trying to be aggressive, but we're going into more solid territory. d4 is a very fine move. I'll castle. I think a5 is logical. And this is very typical. Okay, do I want to play a4? There's also bishop f6. There's f6. I'm leaning towards f6. It looks strange, but I didn't want to allow knight e5, and I want to play some like queen d7 eventually. Oh wow. Knight's maybe coming to f5. So I could play pawn f5, which is a little bit sus. Hmm. Play this first. Yeah, this is pretty much a blitz game, so I do have to manage my time. Probably conceding the bishop pair. If I get the chance, I would like to play bishop f8, but I don't. At least I have happy knights. Rook is ready to come to d8. Bishop ready to return to g6. I just missed a tactic. Ah, I had this move. Or did I? I did. Am I still threatening it? Maybe not. This is such a natural move, I just didn't consider anything else. What to do? In here first. That's still a nice position. In this move. Or this move. I like the queen on e6. More centralized. I just missed another tactic. Okay, I should be considering the forcing moves, the captures. Knight g3 maybe. Knight g3 was just... I'm missing things this game. Let's play this. It's still a good position though. So f3 would be a sad move for this bishop. f5 perhaps. Trying to clamp down. Thank you, Hampo.
Hey Eric.
Hey.
Huge fan here from Manchester, UK.
Oh, I appreciate that. Happy 7 months. Play pawn e3. Play pawn h6. Okay, g5. Lingering ideas. I'm okay with the trade. He takes, I take with this pawn. And now the plan is king g7, rook h8. We can begin being very aggressive, hopefully. I mean, yeah, if I get the rook to h8, bishop to f3, queen to h3, might even sacrifice the queen. And white is very limited on like defenses. Okay. I'm thinking rook d7 makes sense. Idea that I defend the pawn in the event of b5, and the rook can just swing over to h7. And the knight, he just returns back. Bishop f3. Getting the dream position. Queen h3 is a threat, I think. Queen h1 also, but queen h3 is more aesthetic. I still play queen h3. I mean, there's also mate in 3 here. I'll sacrifice the rook. Okay. It's good I didn't pre-move queen g2. Okay, that was a cool game. Yeah, I missed a few tactics. This is maybe a result of playing chess for over 2 hours now. The first tactic was knight takes f2, which I think works, although there is knight f5.
Hey Eric, huge fan here from Liverpool, UK. Haha. Had to do that for the comrade from Manchester.
Oh, hey.
Warm greetings from Liverpool and shout out to all your fans in the north of England.
I appreciate that. Welcome back, Fang Duster. Okay, knight f2 apparently was losing because knight f5, so that was a good thing to miss. If I saw it, I probably would have taken some time like to calculate. And then later, okay, I missed knight g3, which, yeah, which is crushing because e2 is attacked. The pawn is overworked. Okay, back to tournament. 24th place. I mean, I'm nowhere near first.
Cheers to all your great content.
But I'm getting closer. Thank you, Robin Spector. Okay, I'm about 20 points away from my rapid peak. I peaked somewhere in the 2660s. It's only first place who gets a shield. All right, let's play e4. I had fun with Jobava London. Returning, okay, I'll berserk back. Returning to the king's pawn. A two knights attack. I played this once earlier this stream, but we had a slightly different line. Bishop e2. Knight b1. They use Stafford Gambit 12. First time sub. Okay. New type of position for me. I like the idea of c3. Just force black to make a decision. Because e5 walks into bishop c4. d5 could walk into some checks. There's this move, knight e5, queen moves d3. Okay, bishop b5, why not? Then d3. Or do I take? Taking actually makes some sense. Knight's pinned. If the queen takes, then I play d3 anyway. Interesting position. I would like to set up for some attack. Thank you,
Quack.
Grumpy Bavarian. I wonder if ducks ever quack to signal grumpiness. Maybe it's to signal hunger. I appreciate the hype. Do have a train of hype. Okay, what to do here? Knight d2. There's queen h5. Okay, let's bring the knight to c4. Imagining like castle takes and then knight c4. Really nice post for the knight. Maybe I could have taken first. Yeah, knight is so good here. Prevents 95. Defends b2. It can't be attacked by a black pawn. Black maybe wants to go for f5. I want to go for f4. Also hitting e5. Okay, f4 loses a pawn. Play bishop d2. The rook wants to align with the queen. Thank you, Shrenik, for the 500 bits. Really appreciate that. Wow. And g3? G3 is usually a good move when there's a knight on g6. restricts the knight, but this also prepares pawn f4. I am opening up my own king. I'm trying to make progress with the attack. Ooh. Didn't see that move coming. I have pawn f5. I completely forgot about this move. Thankfully, I don't think it's that bad for me. Black doesn't go for it. How to do this? Try this. Preparing to swing over, keeping the tension. I do have knight d6. I prefer to keep my knight though. I'm more drawn to bishop e5. Might be the wrong decision. Yeah, the bishop, I mean, it's on a nice post and it's controlling a lot of dark squares, but it can't touch anything on the light squares. And that's where almost all my things are. Ready to play king h1. That's really closing down. Let's play this move. And now there's a simple plan of doubling. Could win the pawn too. Okay. Putting the king on the light square. Rook g1 coming soon. And yeah, the nice thing about the knight, it's like always covering b2. So it's so hard for Lack to do anything on the queen side. Oh, but on the king side. Wow. a3. Play this first. Getting spicy. It's getting very spicy. e5 was maybe not a good move. But maybe it was. Wait a minute, takes. I think I get away with this. I'm up the exchange now. King's kind of open. Be really careful here. Be funny if we see g5 en passant, I lose my queen. Pawn. Oh no, my rook. I think everything's under control. There's queen e1, rook g1. Rook takes rook, it's made in a few. Okay. Move back. For this. I just trapped the queen? The queen's just trapped. Had no moves there. Unexpected queen trap. Okay. That was a tense game. Yeah, when I played f5, I completely forgot about queen g3. But after king h1, I think it's okay for white.
I had such a nice chess.com win against d4 using some of your Queen's Gambit declined ideas I saw you play. It really helped because my opponent blundered a knight forgetting the queen was on a5. Put it in a study in case you're interested.
Oh, it sounds like a Cambridge Springs. Yeah, feel free to share a link. Or whisper me a link. That's nice to hear. Actually, I haven't played at Cambridge Springs yet. I think I played d5, like d4, d5 in one game this tournament. But that one game was in London. Okay, playing Mako. Berserk back. Let's play JoBava London. Or let's play this. We'll have a Pierce. Or a Philidor. Or a Ponziani. Ponziani time. H3. Oh no, my pawn. Thank you, Kirker. First time prime. Okay. I win a pawn here. Like takes and takes. Oh, really? Wait. Queen here? Wow. I'm still winning a pawn at the end of this. So queen e2, there's queen e7. So there's this move. And after all the trades, like takes, 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 white's up a pawn. One's considering this move, which I don't think works because 95, queen g2, queen f3. This is a person in 4th place. We're actually close to like catching the leader. Okay, so we do see this line. But now white's up a piece. Okay, 12 move win. The Ponziani. Yeah, I guess the two Ponziani games I had this tournament were both relatively quick. So top 20. Still a lot of points to make up. I've won the last 3 berserking. Still on a streak. Playing Sephar. Okay. I had one Stafford Gambit this tournament. This will not be a Stafford. Let's play this line. This is probably the most like interesting line to play against 3d4. It's a temporary piece sacrifice, but after bishop e4, there's d5. And a lot of players just are kind of confused by this or not prepared for this. The previous game was JoBava, London, Pierce, Philidor, and Ponziani. Yeah, I guess move 1, it was an intended Jobava London. Okay, so knight f6 is important. Pairing e4. I played this line against Jigalko before. I think he takes. I forget what he does after that, though. Okay. I'm inclined to take the knight, but I can take the bishop. Taking the bishop just looks better. Wait, what is this line? Takes. Takes is no good for me because I lose a rook. But if takes, I take with bishop. If takes with check, maybe I take with queen? Because then queen d3, I don't mind trading queens. Of course, rook e1, bishop e7. Queen d3. So I guess the point is after takes rook here, there's queen e2. I'm in a small bind. What if I take here first? We trade queens. Rook e1. I feel like that's the way to go. Offer the queen trade. I'll be up a pawn. There are lines with knight g5 that I have to play bishop e6. This I was less concerned about because now I don't have to worry about having to take with the king on d8. I guess there is takes knight g5, but then bishop e7. Takes. Doesn't work for white because I mate. And I think I'm up a clean pawn here. I'm not seeing much. I guess there's this move. Yeah, maybe that's the best approach for white. Knight d4, queen d7. And white's taking time here. Queen e2. A little bit unexpected. I mean, white's preparing this move next. So how to best do this? Bishop d6. This move looks really slow, but how does white deal with it? I think I might just play h6. Because knight g5 was really the only concern. Maybe there's... No, but bishop here would break the file, or break the battery. Man, there's a chance I might end up playing the rest of this tournament. I was gonna end like several games ago, and all the raids came in. What to do? Still not sure though. Might just depend on how this game goes. So I played this. Knight d4 takes. Bishop d6, knight d4, takes. I have to be careful. There's also bishop b4, which is kind of a cool move. The provoke c3, and then I move back. And then there's no knight c3. I think I'll play bishop b4. Sometimes you see this idea in other openings. There's a line in the Scotch where you play this and then move back. Actually, I'll probably go back to e5. Okay, so knight c3. Now I can take. Mind me later. White still has some initiative. Yeah, because knight d4 is still coming. Wow, knight e5. Knight d5. Now I want to play this move. Debating which rook to move. They're probably more logical for the F rook. Yeah, because this rook wants to come to d8. Knight b6 or knight f6 now. Knight b6 pressures the pawn. The king side less defended. I'll play knight f6. Now challenging the d file. Oh. Not see that move coming. I think it's just a fancy trade though. Like we trade everything. I'll still be up a pawn. I think might actually be winning the c pawn in the very, very end. Depending what white blocks with. Yeah, so after rook blocks, I can take. And then get in c5. And there's a simple maneuver, which I don't know if it can be stopped. Although, yeah, white's king gets in kind of quickly. It's still tricky. There's also bishop c3. Happening. Knight e8, king f2, knight d6, king e3. I take. King e4, I have c6. Yeah, let's go for this line. If ever the pawn's attacked, I have pawn b6. It's a cool idea. Like, white's gonna try and get the king active. But after this, it's as if I create a wall that the king can't really pass. Even though my king's completely out of it. Like, all these squares are controlled. White's king, it's like it's fully optimized. I can't really optimize further. Five. Probably not b5. Play this for now. I think I'll go for g5. Idea of this and this, just so my g-pawn's no longer a target. Still create this barrier. Almost all the squares around the king are controlled. If the king moves back to d3, I have knight d6. Let's take. a5. Other raid, AJEDREZSUPERIOR. Appreciate the raid. If you're just joining, I have to stay focused. Like, it feels like I'm on the verge of winning. Takes a little bit more effort. Up 2 pawns. So the idea is to go for b5, eventually. I wants to play the pawn in h5. I think this is good enough. I do allow white to win a pawn. Go for this. And there's bishop a1. Oh, bishop h8. This move? So ready to win this pawn. Also preventing king g4. There's king g5. One plan is just to put a pawn on c3 and then race down with a pawn. Yeah, welcome to all the new people here. You're just joining. This is a Rapid Shield Arena. Been streaming for almost 3 hours now. And having a lot of fun games. And this one, no exception. This one is one of the longer ones I've had in a while, actually. Play the h5, I think I have to throw in this. Although maybe I just keep doing my thing. So here, 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 there. Trying to calculate. A tricky move. This was a safe option. Can't get too relaxed here, so we'll have to be precise. The d4, c3, or b3? b3, h5, b3. a4. So a4, h6, knight e7, bishop c5, b3. a4 should work. Yeah, the whole idea is I get the knight to g6. So after h7, knight g6, it's pretty clear. And then this is a line that is actually kind of tricky. Wait, miscalculate. Bishop c5, b3. Wait. I have to play d3. I miscalculated. It should still be winning though, I think. I have this move. Although, if I take... Yeah, this is winning now. b2, b1. Wasn't so simple though. I think white could have played h7 and moved sooner. Oh man. Okay, that was close. Plenty of time. Yeah, there is a move. Oh, bishop takes e7. Yeah. And then it's really not so clear. I think I was going to take on e7 with the king. Why is b2 stronger? h7. c2. Oh, wow. Oh, king g7 is simpler, though. Yeah, it's still winning. King g7 is... Not sure if I would have played that accurately, though. Oh, what a game. 33, knight b6. Yeah, it's a position where I have a lot of options. Knight b6 is playable. Knight b6, probably a5. Why not king e6? I didn't want my my pawn to get fixed on h6. Again, everything's winning. It was a matter of technique. My technique probably could have been improved. If I play another, I'm getting tired. But I'm on a streak. A long win streak. 18 games. Still top 20. Okay, probably one more. Breeze of Dreams in the top 10. I'm playing e4. Okay, I'll berserk back. We have a modern. There's a weird line, like knight c6, e5. Not happening here, though. I'm definitely feeling the chess fatigue. I think I have to take bishop g5. Rook d1. So queen e7 runs into this. Not sure if I get much from this line. Play bishop h4, maintaining the pin. Wait, I didn't berserk? I'm just realizing I thought I berserked. I swear I clicked the button. How did that happen? I misberserked. Like, I'm so confused. I swear I heard the sound, but maybe it was like the timing was off. I think I've seen this happen before. I really thought I berserked. The h4. Guess I have time odds this game. Okay, knight h2. Interesting position, f3. So that file is now guaranteed to open. I'll probably still castle. Like, even though I've played f3 and h4, the king still finds safety. Hmm. Okay, trying to soften the queen side a bit. a5 will leave the knight undefended. Yeah, now I castle. Hmm. Black still goes for castling queenside. Very bold decision. I like queen e3. Simply attacking the knight. The knight only has one safe square on a8. Then the queen can venture in. King c7 aligns with the bishop. Yeah, king c7, I probably play queen g5. We do see knight a8. I'll play queen a7. This knight wants to be on b6. I can't even draw the arrow. Settings got reset. Alright, let's take. Hitting the pawn. Update my preferences. Okay, if I take with the rook, I get skewered. Then rook d8. Let's take with knight. Now I can draw this arrow. Still have to be careful though. Let's play this move. Running f7. Actually, the knight is finding the most efficient path to b6. Starting on h2. Starting on g1, actually. Well, the only thing, if I get to b6, it's not mate. Maybe my queen will return to a7. Oh, what was the setting for the arrow change? It's in preferences and then game behavior. And then snap arrows. Okay, take on f7. It is getting spicy. There's this move. But the bishop would be hanging. I'm looking at queen d6, rook takes g7, knight takes rook, knight c4, queen d4, bishop f. Oh, bishop f2. There's queen f2 though. Something along those lines. I see the comment. Doesn't he have a fork at e3? I did temporarily get forked, but this is a counterattack, and now it's about to get very messy. I mean, take. I don't think I'm risking much. And then knight c4. So I do allow the check, and then king h2. And we get a situation where my queen, knight, rook, bishop, they're all kind of set up nicely to try and attack castle king. There's some really beautiful lines here. Debating which one to choose. I think I'll take here first. Knight f1 and then king goes back. Wait a minute. If I take here, there's knight c4. Maybe I'll play this first. And then I'll take. I'm threatening the queen. I'm also threatening mate in 1. There's a funny mate threat. Queen a8. His knight's pinned to the king. Black is pretty much out of checks. Okay. That was a cool finish. Queen a8 checkmate. Knight c4, I had mate in 1. Where? Oh, and the line I was calculating. Here. Wait, I'm still confused. What are people saying? Do I have any chance? I have 80 points. Leader has 136. There's no chance to actually win the tournament. I'm still trying to figure out. So bishop takes e5. I don't think I missed mate in 1. There was a line like, oh, this line, yeah, takes queen c7. This I missed. Yeah, maybe if I saw that, I would have gone for bishop e5. But this did lead to a slightly more aesthetic mate. Okay. I was worse at some point. Wow, I was worse here. Really? B5, knight C5. Yeah, I guess black has a fine position. Engine just prefers developing. Okay. I'm gonna wrap things up. I'm kind of tired, but had a lot of fun games. Overall, I played 19 games, 100% win rate. I gained a little bit of rating. Gained 30 points. Oh, but that includes 2 games I played probably yesterday. So approaching my rapid peak. Approaching top 50 on chess. Let's see this leaderboard. I'll probably put the whole tournament on YouTube. A lot of fun games. I think a lot of instructive value too. I tried to play aggressively, but in a controlled sense. I did take a good number of risks. Most of which, almost all of which paid off. So, yep, some more climbing to do. So yeah, anyway, if you're just joining, I just played a lot of chess. I'm wrapping things up. I do appreciate everyone tuning in. Let's send some love somewhere. Let's send a raid to Zefcat. Doing some tournament game review. And I'll be back. I'll be back at some point. Oh, also, yeah, if this goes on YouTube, thanks everyone in the YouTube universe for making this far. Don't forget to comment your favorite game, like the video, subscribe. If you're watching on Twitch, you can subscribe on YouTube. I did post a new video earlier today, the ChatGPT video. It was a fun one. And I don't know if I'll stream tomorrow, but then on Sunday there's a special event. There's a Streamers versus Chess Kid event. That will be Sunday afternoon. So maybe I will do a stream tomorrow and warm up for that. So stay tuned, and I'll see you guys soon.